Inside PressBox is presented by Freedmont Mortgage. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Go to freedmontmortgage.com now for all of your mortgage needs. And welcome to another edition of Inside PressBox presented by our friends at Freedmont Mortgage. I'm your host, Stan the Fan Charles, and baseball season may be winding down as it's in the postseason, but now is the time to start improving your game for the 2012 season. Larry Williams of the Bat Academy will join us to talk later on the show about training during the off-season and what the Bat Academy can offer athletes that are serious about the sport of baseball. My first guest is here to talk about an historic sporting location, which is now celebrating its 100th anniversary. That's right, Laurel Park is 100 years young. Mike Gathagan, Director of Communications and Public Relations for the Maryland Jockey Club, is joining me to talk about Laurel Park, which is, as we said, celebrating its 100th birthday with Fall Fest on Saturday, October 15th. Mike, you weren't there back 100 years ago, but I got to tell you, when I found out this year, when we had Mike Pons on to talk about the Maryland Million, I didn't know that Laurel Park was that old.
Yeah, you think about it, and you think Pimlico, you know, being the more established
sure you
facility,
think about that, that's the legendary place.
The funny thing is you know, Pimlico has obviously got much more history, and when you come off Northern Parkway and you turn on to Hayward or Winter Avenues, and you can just feel the history. But Laurel, when we were doing the research for this, and we put together a bunch of videos and writing a bunch of stories, Laurel's got quite the history itself. You know, the DC International was kind of the brainchild of John Shapiro in the early 50s, was really the precursor to the Breeders' Cup turf, bringing horses over from Russia and
it was
all
really
over
an
Europe.
audacious thing to do.
And there were 43 runnings, and I think 22 U.S. horses won and 21 foreign horses won. So it really, you know, the foreigners realized they could compete with the best turf horses in America. And he was a visionary, and he used the embassies to really, you know, get the foreign countries involved.
It really was very, very cool. I attended probably 7 or 8 Laurel Internationals. I probably never cashed a ticket at any of them, but I remember it being one of my favorite events on the calendar. If you had to break down the history, the 100-year history, would you segment it like the first 25 or 30 years, then until John Shapiro took it over?
I would say yes, until John Shapiro took over in the 50s. I think it was just, you know, it started out as a 4-county fair, and then it became a staple in the fall, like now. We're racing at Laurel now. But then when Shapiro took over and really took it to the next level, and then again when Frank DeFrancis took over in the mid-'80s.
And here we're looking at some pictures
Yeah,
right
these
now.
are things that last year the Laurel Historical Society came to us, and we started working together with them. They have a nice exhibit through the end of this year, and this is a lot of the stuff that we sent to them. Just, yeah, tremendous amount of history, and the community is really backs Laurel Park, and Laurel was a really good member of the community down there in that Anne Arundel County.
Now look at that. I'm amazed still to look at these pictures
the place was packed.
Yeah, back in those days. But how people dressed up to go to the racetrack.
And they'd go during the week. And obviously it was before simulcasting, and it's a little different. But certainly it was a place to be in the fall.
You know, the Frank DeFrancis era has to be, again, a second rebuilding era. And that, I guess, was mainly known as the era that first brought the
sports palace.
The sports palace.
Absolutely,
yeah. That was his vision.
Absolutely, he was a genius. And in the mid '80s, you know, he kind of first the Colts had left the year before, and it was like Redskins football and gambling on the ponies. And he was a visionary as well. And you know, unfortunately, he passed away at an early age. But he clearly took it to another level as well. And then in between the Shapiro era and the DeFrancis era, you had the the Pimlico Futurity moving to Laurel.
Right.
And then, you know, you had Secretariat, Riva Ridge, Spectacular Bid, and then Affirmed and Aladar actually ran in the Laurel Futurity, and it was just like the 3 Triple Crown races. It was ding-dong and you know, less than a length difference. So it was fun researching all the stuff that when we put together the videos over the summer that we've been playing on the simulcast, and we put it up on our YouTube page. And it was fun to go back and realize that Laurel actually has a deep history as well. It's not Pimlico, but
it's special.
You can't talk about horse racing in this country without talking about Laurel Park.
No question about it. What about the most recent turn? Was that, or rebuilding, was that when the turf course was installed? What's that been now?
It was about 2004 is right. When Frank Stronach bought us and redid the dirt course, widening it, and then the turf course. So it and it's one of the top turf courses in the country.
And now we see a modern
this is gorgeous.
picture.
Yeah, Jimmy McHugh, our photographer, took these pictures. The first picture out in the morning last month, and we just had Maryland Million Day last Saturday, which
is a highly successful event.
It's a terrific. There's a matter of fact, there's Aspen Glow, I think, working on the turf course, and to survive 100 years in any industry, I think is a coup, and for what horse racing has gone through, especially in the last 15 years, to still be around and
kicking.
We're kicking.
The 15th, the Fall Fest. What is going to go on there, and how will you continue to celebrate the 100th
Well, there's
anniversary?
going to be we're going to have some on-track events. We're going to have some contests. We'll have some cake. We're going to give away some high-end giveaways that day, and we're going to start earlier in the week and give away stuff every day, and then kind of we've been saying thank you the whole fall meet, but
right.
The big birthday celebration is going to be the 15th. So it'll be fun, and then we'll continue to we have a haunted house event on the 29th.
I got the email about that today. It sounds too scary for me.
Well, I'm not going to be there. And then you have, we're going to have an event on Breeders' Cup Day as well. So we're just doing a bunch of thank yous during the entire fall meet.
What's the website that people, if they want to check it out?
Well, we have the laurelpark.com. You can check out. We have all kinds of stuff.
There we go.
Yep. Posted up there. And then again, the YouTube page, you can type in Laurel Park, and we have 12 packages that we put together on Extra Heat and Little Bold John. And we did a piece on the Sports Palace, have a great video of that. The early years, the DC International, you name it, we took care of it.
The October issue of PressBox, which is going to come out the 17th of the month, Rich Paul helped us put together the 15 on page 15, that the 15 of the most historic races that
I knew he was working on it, but he didn't show it to me, so I didn't edit it. So
he got it to me in about 3 minutes. It was
we've been working on a lot of Laurel historical stuff. So.
Hey, one last question before we let you go. Pimlico comes back again in the spring, and you got some exciting news I just got today that we're taping, that you've repartnered up with the Susan G. Komen
Absolutely. We're for the third year in a row on Black-Eyed Susan Day. The place will be pink. Matter of fact, if you drive by Pimlico at night now, I know this is airing on Saturday night first. Drive on by. The clubhouse is lit up in pink. It looks pretty good.
That's great.
And,
that's great.
Third year with partnering with
and
Komen.
The lady jockeys will be there.
Yeah, we'll have the lady legends, and we'll have the lady jocks, the current riders as well. So Rosie Napravnik, who's back behind here, hopefully,
right there.
She's getting married this weekend, and hopefully she'll be back with us.
All right, good to see you again,
Stan,
Mike
thanks
Gathagan.
very much.
All right, 100 years, Laurel Park, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Hey, PressBox and the Sports Boosters teamed up with the Zollett Leonard Group of Smith Barney Financial Advisors to present Shoes for Grades, a program awarding free athletic shoes to high school students who improve their grades by a full letter. Go to PressBoxOnline.com now for more info.